Which science, by definition, allows for more than one opinion. Otherwise, you merely have the will of one man, which is the basis of cult.
If it's not in frame, it doesn't exist.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm funny how? Are you funny like I'm a clown, an illusion?
Where you been?
Drunk.
Wendy, darling, light of my life.
What is your one purpose in life?
To explode, of course.
I like death with sex. How about you, Casey? You like sex with death? Yeah, so fuck up and die.
Anyway.
How about this? Are you ready? Are you ready for this guy right here?
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Your question of the day here for your movie trivia. A teen boy has a relationship with a dessert.
Oh, that's American Pie.
Film. American Pie, 1999.
He fucks a pie. I was going to say, that probably
in
could
front
describe,
of his dad.
Yeah. I was going to say, that explains a lot of things. That's like Twilight, I'm pretty sure. She's a dessert. You know what I mean?
Oh, baby, yeah.
He's an eternal vampire. I don't know. He's the creep.
That's true, yeah. She's a dessert as in the sense that she's inanimate and dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Should be eaten alive.
We should start every episode from now on with those trivia cards your mom got you.
Dude, there's I don't even know.
There's like
500 in here
yeah.
or something.
So,
yeah, right? We're only at like 250 episodes, so.
This is the Cult of Cinema Knowledge podcast. And so, I know.
It's a trivia. It's Cult of Trivia knowledge now.
Dude, I remember American Pie. I watched American Pie when it came out, and I was like 10, And
yeah.
I just remember thinking it was like so filthy, and loving it because I got away with watching it, because I like had it and I watched it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, one time at band camp I played the flute with my pussy or whatever." I was like, "Oh boy,
You're like, what? Whoa, these adults are talking about some wild stuff."
Fucked a pie. He's so mature. I remember when I finally lost my virginity too. I'm like, this is nothing like that time I fucked a pie.
This is nothing. Not at all like that. Not at all like a flute in my vagina.
Thanks a lot, American Pie. You lied to me, you fucking Jason Biggs, you piece of shit. Anyway.
I know, dude.
I already said the Cult of Cinema Knowledge thing. That's
yeah. Welcome aboard.
This is the podcast.
We're talking about a nice raunchy
nobody
anime.
Fucks a pie in this, unfortunately.
No. It's the opposite. This is like watching a pie get fucked and just slowly crumbling, and you're like, no.
It's watching the government fuck your pie.
Pie. Yeah, literally.
And then being like, eat it. Like, no, I don't want to. You fucked it.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
I
really should.
Pretty fun.
I really should do synopsises. Okay, so the movie we watched, it's Anime Month.
Well, this is like,
I forget what we're doing until we start recording. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta talk about that movie that I've watched.
Yeah.
So it was Anime Month. We're wrapping it up September before we dive in fucking boots first into horror movies. And so
I'm ready, baby.
The last this movie that we were going to talk about today is called Jin-Roh, the Wolf Brigade, and I randomly put it on the poll. Didn't think it was going to win. It won. And I had never fucking ever even heard of it. And so went in completely blind other than like the poster, which was cool. You know what I mean? So, but,
dang it. What is that? What's that movie? We watched it. It's Criterion, and it's got like the guys getting tortured on the front cover, and it was kind of like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, but it was it had to have been like 1970 or like 1968.
Oh, it was like
and
Army of Shadows, right?
Is it Army of Shadows?
Something like that, right?
Shadows sounds right. Army of Shadows.
It is kind of like that.
That is the vibe I got with this.
Just
in sheer pacing, like pacing alone. That was like kind of like edit and pacing alone.
It is. It's Army of Shadows. Yeah.
Army of Shadows. Thank you. God, I was like racking my brain.
1969. Yeah. That movie was cool.
69. That movie was great. And so
it's just like this is like a depressing movie about like.
It's really about just
trying
it's kind of fun because it's like alternate history. Also very like
anime, right? It's like if Army of Shadows was anime, it'd have a fan base. I don't know. Every anime has a fan base.
100%. Yeah. No, and what's fun about this is this is a really long-standing series that's like it's got like it starts. This is like the only animated version of this series. It like, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is like the cap too. This is what ends it. This is a movie from 1999.
Yeah, I read that
And
this was
it's
like
yeah.
chronologically, it's like earlier in the timeline, but so
Well,
it's like you don't
sure,
need
sure.
to
It's a
watch anything else.
prequel,
But it's like one of the
basically, but-
last ones made. Yeah, I heard. I had read that it's like, which is interesting. I wish we'll get into it, but that's one thing I wish this movie had more of. Once I found out that it's very into the alternate history of like the 50s and like all that very Man in the High Castle vibe, where it's like, you know, the fucking Axis armies one and all that. So that was interesting in this. I wish they would have dug into it a little bit more, because it's like the few elements that are there. I was like interested in like what political intrigue. Anyway. So let me give you we're going to do a quick synopsis. I'm not going to get too in the sauce. Quick synopsis of old Jin-Roh here, right? And I'm sure I'm saying it just as white as can be. So
Yeah, right. The Wolf Brigade.
our main guy, Jin-Roh, his name's Faze, what is it? Anyway, it was, oh God, I had it earlier. Anyway, he
Foos?
Fuse. Yeah, it's Fuse.
Yeah, Fuse. Yeah.
Fuse. And so it's after the war. There's turmoil in the streets. There's this special unit of soldiers that are just like the super soldiers that go in and fucking just take care of business for the government or whatever when shit gets heavy, right? So there's riots in the streets, and this special unit gets sent in, and they're like in the sewers trying to get these like freedom fighters, like guerrilla terrorist organization that's going on down there. And they run into this girl who is delivering basically bombs back and forth to these places. And our buddy Jin-Roh, right? Or Fuse, catches her in the crosshairs, and she blows herself up in front of him. And he's got like PTSD from watching this girl get blown up. And his superiors are like, you just watched her blow herself up. Why didn't you shoot her? You suck. You're not worthy of the Jin-Roh, so we're demoting you. So they send him back to the academy, and he's all, you know, sad, and he's got all these dreams. And his like handler's like, hey man, why don't you go visit her grave or whatever, and that'll maybe get you some closure. And so he goes, and there's a girl there that looks just like the girl who blew herself up. And she's like, oh, I'm her older sister. So, you know, I know you were doing your job and you didn't shoot her. So it's like, whatever. So they kind of like bond, and he's got his, PTSD issues, and he's dealing with it. And they hang out in slow motion quite a lot. And some boy drops a balloon, you know, it's all this good stuff. And he's just like looking into the middle space, just being troubled about, you know, war crimes and being a fascist or whatever. But, so it goes along. Meanwhile, there's like bureaucracy going on. There's like these dudes meeting, and they're like, fuck this special group. We need to like dissolve them or bring them into the fold. It's like a separate. They're like, this special unit is like fucking things up. So anyway, you eventually find out. It kind of goes along, and I got a little lost in the conspiracy, but it makes it kind of clear.
Moving pieces.
Yeah.
It's like, I was going to say, it's not like drastically, there's only like three moving pieces, but like I also kind of am like I was a little confused by who was who.
You find out that
what,
the like handler that is like supposedly Fuse's friend set up that girl to like meet him so that they would like get kind of a relationship going so that they could catch Fuse working with her, inadvertently like frame him to make it look like this guy from the special operations unit is working with the terrorist organization in order to like throw shade on the special operations guys to either have them dissolved or absorb them into the regular police force and so on. So, but that doesn't, Fuse's like, fuck that. And he snags her, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to betray you. They hired me. That chick, I don't even actually know that chick that got blown up. I just look like her, I guess. And I was in trouble, and they made me do it. And he's like, oh, it's all right, I know. And he takes her back to the sewers where it happened. And all these other guys show up, and like his ex-coach, not his handler, but the other guy, you know what I mean? He shows up.
Right, yes,
There's been
Sergeant
whisperings. It's not really that important, honestly, but I'm sure it is in the comic. But there's been whisperings of a Wolf Brigade, which is like a special brigade within the unit that is anti-intelligence and like gets shit done, like to make sure it doesn't happen. And it turns out they knew all along, and so they set Fusey up, and he knew too, and he was basically, it's like they were trying to trap him. Now it's a reverse trap. So he dons up his gear, and all the guys from the fucking that were trying to, bust Fusey and the girl, they show up, but it's an ambush, and so Fusey ends up fucking killing the fuck out of all those guys, plus his handler. And he's all like faceless when he's got the mask on, and he's like, nope, fascism will prevail. You guys were trying to bring us down, but we're going to bring you down. We know. And so they crush him with their fucking Buddha power, and then they go to leave, and the girl's like, they're like, well, what do we do with the girl now? And they're like, well, she can't live, but she, we want her to think she's alive, so you just got to kill her. You know what I mean? That's like, she can never fall back into their hands because, intelligence, Cold War, hot war shit. And so they make Fusey a killer, and he has some emotions about that too. And then it ends.
Yeah.
That's the plot.
He fire the gun? That's my so that was like my big that was like the only real note I had for this. It's like I really just all I put in my notes was who shot ? And then kill zone. Because that was,
oh, for sure, right?
Yeah. Obviously took inspiration from this.
I feel like he shot just the way it
skin.
was. Like he pulled the trigger because it's like he's a good boy, he's a soldier. Even though when he doesn't have the mask on, he does feel things.
But but that's the thing. I'm like, there's that other guy who was there who had the gun drawn on him, who was there to be like collateral or whatever, just to like there to be like insurance,
just in case.
That if he doesn't pull the trigger, he was going to kill both of them. I assume that was so. That's like I don't know. This is kind of one of those movies where like
well, I'm pretty sure his gun is like smoking, and then the other guy the guy in the building uncocks his gun, so he did not.
Does he?
He definitely didn't fire. I mean, I'm pretty sure. And
I don't think his gun's smoking though, dude. Because she just kind of slumps down, and he's just doing that. Like,
it's like a wide shot, and it's drawn.
Stoic wide.
It's an animation,
right.
so
I know, right. Yeah, it's one of the. I mean, it's probably implied. I assume that it's implied that he was supposed to have fired, but I was kind of hoping that he didn't because then it would like, because that was the whole thing. Is like he wasn't able to shoot her even though he wanted to, and so it kind of like. I don't know. It fits with the message that he did because it's he did, right. That's his growth. I understand that. Like,
but
that's his
it's not even
development.
It's the message of like, you're a cog. Everyone's a cog in this machine, and you are a good soldier. That's what you need to be in order to keep the pieces moving.
And it would function narratively for the rest of the movie. If this is a prequel, him killing her is kind of like that's his like final step into being in the Wolf Brigade, like actually being like, okay, I won't, I will not connect to anybody else ever again. Mm-hmm. I did it
because that's his only thing. It's like it does the old switcheroo. Like it's nice when she's like, "What? No, I thought we had something," and he just like puts the mask on and just like becomes like this faceless killer again. He's like, "I always was,"
right?
Because they got some hard lines where it's just like it's like, some men are more comfortable living as beasts, and shit. And he's just like, you think we're, men disguised as dogs, but we're wolves disguised as men. You know what I mean? It's like,
right. That's pretty much
so
where the
him having his crack down at the end. It works. It's good. But and then he shoves it. I do wonder what the sequels would be like. So anyway, so you and this wasn't on your radar at all either. I assume. I don't know. You're a massive weeb, so who knows?
Well, no. This is not in the. I only find like stuff with like
only if it's Naruto.
Up,
dude. We are
upskirt.
such fucking edgelords. We didn't watch like anime. Has a lot, and I mean a lot, like maybe even mostly like whimsical, kind of geared towards like younger audiences potentially.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, a lot in the sense
varied,
of,
but
it's like in Japan, like anime.
We watched 3 R-rated animes and 1 PG-13 anime,
which is pretty good. Which like I'm actually kind of happy that we did. Like,
of course, but it's because we're
glad that everyone voted that way.
Super edgelords.
Voted with. Well, yeah, but no, it's like, but I think to your like your point, a lot of like anime is typically like Your Name or whatever, where it's like it is sci-fi, but it's also kind of like, it's like, and I mean that's just kind of a different genre too. That's just like a coming of age love story.
I always think of like I say
where,
like Toonami or something, right? It's like
yeah,
fucking Dragon Ball Z and like.
But even Toonami would do like some of the like Gundam and stuff. Like Gundam goes hard.
Yeah.
But it's like So I mean I know, but I know exactly what you're saying because it's like. But I think that's it.
We didn't watch any Panyos. We didn't watch like this movie about like the crushing boot of authoritarianism could not be farther away from Ponyo.
Well, it's so funny the whole time I was like watching this. I'm like this could have been live action. Like this could live easily as just a regular narrative. It almost would have been cheaper to make this live action.
You could say the same thing about Perfect Blue, though, too. You know what I mean? It's just like...
No, right. Yeah, true. Well, but Perfect Blue, like... I mean, it does... I just think Perfect Blue has a little bit more fanciful stuff in it, where this is like...
That's the editing, though, honestly, if you think about it.
Yeah, no, true.
But
like,
this
Perfect Blue could easily be live action too. Yeah,
this
like
could be
to,
too,
like,
other
Paprika
than the sets.
or something. But
yeah, like you say that since this is like the only animated one, they're probably like, we got to do it because of like the tradition, because it doesn't come from a manga or something originally.
Well, that's the thing. No, but I think I got a little confused. I was watching a video essay about it, and they were talking about the origin. I don't think it was a manga first. I actually think there was a live action movie made first.
Oh, really?
And then a manga. But it's probably opposite, because typically in Japan, like, it usually goes manga first.
Everything's a manga. Manga.
And then
mango.
It goes the mingi, and it just goes to like. So it probably was that, but I'm pretty sure it said it was. I'll verify that. Someone out there in podcast land can.
Oh, sure. Someone who knows better than us.
Anyway, sure,
so obviously you didn't know anything about this movie going in. What was your first impressions then, though?
Man, I think it was just my headspace. I was not in for such a dry movie. I really thought from the poster and the first like 15 minutes, I thought it was going to be a lot more.
Like action,
war-y action, which I wasn't even really in the mood for, anyways. Like, so I kind of like, I'm happy of what we got, but then I also was like, I was like, all right, I get it. It's like it's 1940. You're in the middle of like some square, and there's like 6 people in the area, and you're just kind of like, you're walking and you're thinking. It's great. Like, I loved it, but I don't know. I don't know. I think it's hard because I think if this was the first movie we watched in this run, it would have been like better, because the parts that really picked up for me in this movie is when he was having his like I mean, the standoff is really fucking good. That's amazing. It's such a great inciting incident. And then the rest of it's kind of boring. And then when he's like having his visions and the wolves are following him and he's like it's like this is one of those like,
that's kind of when it
kind of moments, where it's like he's just having these visions and like these shots happen really quick, where like a wolf's ripping it apart and stuff, and Little Red Riding Hood, kind of the like original, like whatever Grimm version or whatever, the woven in throughout the narrative is really fun too. But like, I don't know, I just kind of it didn't click with me. Maybe I just wasn't really in the headspace to have this. Like, I kind of wish it was like I wish it was one or the other. Where like I liked the bureaucracy of it, but then I got a little confused and it just kind of turned into like a chase.
Yeah, I feel like it needed it to like, because in my mind I'm like, because I kind of felt the same way. I actually really liked the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes, and I think that's probably going to be the general consensus. Because the middle like 45 to an hour, like it's important to establish. I mean, it's definitely long-winded to establish like the conspiracy stuff. I don't think we needed all that exposition, and because even then it's not like it's that easy to follow. It's kind of confusing until it like all the pieces come together as it goes. But as you're watching it, you're like, why are they what? And who are these guys' relationship to who? But like, obviously it comes together. But, and then like him being mopey and the two of them sort of bonding, it was all very slow in that middle section. Like, it was a real lull in that middle bit. And so in my mind, I'm definitely going to compress it in my memory, where it's just like, oh, because I'm like, they couldn't cut it because then it would feel weird and rushed.
Well, and I don't know what else they would do with it. Like that was kind of
But-
the whole time I'm watching it. I'm like, this is it's fantastic.
This movie's like an hour
even-
45 or something though. This could have been a cool 89. You know what I mean? Like just
right. This easily, they easily could have shaved some time.
this
off
felt a
of,
little stretched out. It's just a lot of
because
the scenes
I
of the
got that-
bureaucracy guys meeting up and stuff. Like while sort of important, it's like you kind of didn't need all that, and they were like long-winded scenes of characters we don't care about talking bureaucracy.
and
planning.
I kind of like that more.
I dig it, but yeah, one or the
bored.
other, right? Is like you're saying.
I was I was bored when they did the setup, and they had her at the museum, and then that was just like a 15-minute scene or something, 8-minute scene where like he's just sneaking through.
Yeah,
and I'm just kind of like
liquid
we don't need
snakes
this
right in
chase
there.
scene. Yeah, right. I was kind of like, whatever. I don't know.
It's all right. It makes sense in the end that he knew all
Yeah.
along because it's like I knew that like she was gonna because it's never like a big reveal. Like at the end when it's like, oh, this is the real Wolf Brigade and he did know all along and he was actually playing his own game too. Makes sense because of all the Red Riding Hood stuff. It's like I knew it's like no one is what they seem to be.
Right. That was
And
I like that. I love that.
I did.
I love that.
Yeah, the
comparison, but-
parallels were real good, and so it definitely worked for me. I actually quite enjoyed this movie, but yeah, it's just like
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's one of those like that of Army of Shadows where like we go listen to that episode because we loved that movie, but it's kind of a movie where like A, I mean I forgot the name, but B, it's like I kind of only remember like the really good tent scenes and then the escape scene, which is also kind of unnecessary, but it's very memorable. And it's like I don't know. And the movie's a little like that movie's I think a little even more convoluted than this one.
yeah.
Like,
I think
this one works.
I liked it too, but I was kind of harsh on it for like the same reasons though, where I was like I'm gonna remember liking this one, but I didn't really enjoy watching it actively that much.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm glad I did watch it and like thinking about it and like it all comes together and like I actually thought the animation was cool, which I'm sure we'll get to. And it's like it all worked, but while I was watching it, especially during that long stretch in the middle, the second act was like not fun, which is fine. It's like I don't need to be having fun, but it's like I'm not being gripped. I'm not like there's stuff for me to chew on, but
If I was like 10 years younger, I think I would actually click with this a lot more.
Yeah.
It's a weird. I think I've kind of grown out of like my, cool authoritarianism, like because I'm kind of just kind of like there's no.
no, you haven't. You
antagonistic
never
to
shut
report.
up about it. It's
Well, no, like
this feels
watching
very
kills-
real. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
Which-
like it's like I played a lot of Killzone
Right.
10 years ago, and so it's like, or no, God, maybe like 15 years ago, whatever. I don't know.
if this was like,
So
a,
it's like
I like
around-
that this wasn't like a traditional anime though, because if this was kind of more of
Yeah,
your traditional, the main bad guy, it would just be some dude with a big scar across his face or something.
Right.
And,
we would-
like-
he'd be very distinctive. And
This
that
is
is
literally-
something I loved how like the protagonist or the antagonist is like the government and like
yeah,
and all of them. 'Cause it's, like,
Everyone.
basically, it's like
Yeah,
the
all of
state.
them.
It's like the state police don't really like working with the like secret, that the special organization, and it's like that's what's fun. Is like the like peripheral world building of this where they kind of do the exposition dump at the beginning to kind of catch you up in the last 10 years. But it's also like, then it's kind of showing you like the civil unrest between everybody, like the occupation and stuff and trying to like rebuild and like, and then the disparity, like the wealth gap and stuff. It's like, it's cool to show that, but then it's also like, kind of like, oh man, it'd been fun to see a little bit more of like the whole, like everybody kind of was against these guys, and they just wanted to like have their independence again, but since they're occupied, they can't. And so it's like, you only get that like through little snippets. And then I watched a video essay that kind of explained more of the actual world in the manga and in the movies. And then, so I'm like, oh, I got more context for this film. And that actually helps a lot. So it's interesting. This movie stands alone really well, but it's also one of those that would benefit from knowing a
Yeah.
little bit more about the world
Yeah,
itself.
because the story's nice and contained, and it all comes together in a way, and you get like a full arc, and like everyone's kind of. It does leave with the like.
Well,
He's
the whole time we're watching it,
broke him down. He's a real wolf now. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, right. But the whole time we're watching this, I'm like, oh, is this like a movie in an existing series? It was like the vibe I got, and it kind of is, but kind of isn't. It's not necessarily like. Half the time, it's like it's a full anime and then it's a movie. Where this is kind of just like this is like a. I don't even know if it has another anime before this. I think this is kind of the only anime iteration in it. I mean, maybe it does. It probably does.
Yeah.
But
I do wish there was more like with because they're like talking all the bureaucracy and the red tape. That's like fucking 25 minutes. Is just these dudes being like, we don't like them. It's like. That's all fine because that's world building in its own way of like the internal systems of these governments and how they operate on these levels or whatever. But it's like that's not that's not really what's interesting. And it's like, of course, to each his own, but like they also have, like you say, this super fucking Metal Gear Solid sneak into the museum and like knock these guys out all non-lethally and then go all fucking Killzone. It's like. The scale of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, and then you got these scenes that it's just like dudes getting mown the fuck down with like this like minigun.
I know that's sweet.
It's like a little bit. It's not necessarily jarring, but it's just like it's hard to be invested. Like if the whole thing was like you say, if the whole thing was just these dudes and these like cogs moving behind the scenes, and that's what the movie was. Then it's like I could get invested in that. But since it's like they have so many cool other scenes that are just like, and for an anime too, it's like flat, like super violent and flashy and like cool and all these crazy alternate reality shit. That the rest of that stuff just in comparison felt very boring and dry. But which is it's fine. It's fine. But
I think it would have been cool. I would think it would have been cool if they made the movie. The entire film was. You could intersect between the like 3,000 protesters that were fighting against the city cops, and it's like and then the underground and stuff. You could have made like a whole movie where it's just that
oh sure
day, night.
I mean
place,
that's where
and right.
I mean, that's what happens when you're going to a whole fucking series and all this other stuff in the world. You know what I mean? It's like we got lucky because honestly, to you guys, all you guys out there that like a lot of you guys suggested animes, movies that were like 100% tie into like long series, which I'm sure are incredible to have all that context. But that's specifically why I didn't choose them is because it's like I want that context. And even this movie, which does stand alone as a standalone movie, still is missing context because it comes from like a bigger fucking series of just media in general. So even though it stands alone, I feel like I'm missing something, and not even like missing plot points, but it's just like I'm not getting the full picture, and there's so much more that could be going on, and that sometimes is frustrating. So it's like something like. Literally any of the Satoshi Kon movies we watched this month, it's like those are their own things entirely, and they feel like it. You know what I mean? Every other movie we watched feels like it. This movie does feel like it too, but everything that it wants leaves you wanting more of, like the world building or like focusing on like the protesters, which I thought was super interesting. It's like there probably is that, but just in other media in that universe. You know what I mean? Which is cool. Because you can always go find more, but it's hard to judge a piece just based on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As it goes.
We don't have like the quote unquote full picture.
Yeah.
But as this film stands alone, something I wanted to talk about.
Is that your dog?
Do you hear my dog?
I heard it
Oh
that time.
dude,
I did. I never hear it because of
like,
Discord, but
yeah,
she sounds like a squeaky wheel. No, I was like, is it me? Is it my chair?
Her name is Pele, and I call her Squeaky Peep because she's just always squeaking and peeping, dude. She's always making little.
Peeping,
She's always making little teapot noises. So
teapot. Sorry.
she's very cute and funny. But so we were gonna discuss the animation itself. So if we're talking now technical aspects of like narrative aside, which this movie,
good.
I really
It
like
was good.
this film.
I liked
that's
it.
the thing.
I feel like I'm
even
ragging
as a
on it,
film-
but I liked it. I
know,
would.
right. That's the thing. Yeah, I want to get that out of the way. It's like I enjoyed this film. I think its limitations are very glaring, but
Sure. Yeah.
that's just narratively, and that's fine. And it was kind of me too. I definitely found myself like not in the mood. So, but
This is a solid,
I
this is like
will-
a 7 out of 10 type of movie. You know what I mean? For me, This is like
100%. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
a 3.5
This is one of those movies,
star. Like it's
it
good.
gets its
It's
it
good.
gets its praise. Like people like if like you said like, oh, this is one of my favorite animes, I'd be like, yeah, that's great. Like I get it.
It
It's
tracks.
totally a mood.
I like it.
And I think for me, the animation is amazing. And it's
I
cool.
liked
It's
it.
the dude, it's like the guys who worked on Ghost in the Shell. And so
Oh,
it's
that
like
makes sense.
So it's kind of one of those where you're like, I'm like, oh, okay, I totally see that now.
Yeah,
like I was
I
like,
can see
oh
that.
yeah. Yeah, because like Ghost in the Shell is beautiful.
For
Such a
anyone
good-
listening to this, a lot of people suggested Ghost of the Shell, but we've already done it.
Yeah.
But so long ago. I don't even know if there's an episode.
I don't even. Yeah, honestly, I don't remember. Did we do it for a bonus or something?
Something like
I don't
that.
remember What we? Yeah, but dude, Ghost in the Shell is such a good movie, man. And that's why I'm like, when I found that out, I was like, oh, I can see that because
I can see
this
that.
animation, there are times in this animation where like, I'm like, is it rotoscoped? But
Dude,
like,
I was
don't
going to
know.
ask because I feel like it is, though. Like,
It has to be right,
only
but,
for
like,
movements, though. Like, body movements feel rotoscoped because it's got that, like, weight of, like, small micro movements plus the slowness you get with rotoscope that had me having flashbacks to Spine of Night again. Because it's like everything is just a little slower with the body movements. They obviously did not rotoscope the faces, but I do feel like the like minor movements, because that's the thing. This movie has so many small, just like him and her hanging out. Body language is huge. You know what I mean? And so you could tell like with some of them, I feel like they had to have. I don't know if we have the answer, but I was noticing that. But I liked it because it's like, it made the somewhat mundane like bits feel more real, because a lot of times in animes you just get like a still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It does this a couple times. It does it a couple times.
Yeah,
still. All
in the
animation
opening,
does that, but
and like the most appropriate time for me is to have all like the stills, because that's what was nice is like I did notice there's actually some really good movement throughout the slow parts, which is pretty cool. It's
yeah,
like kind of rare, you get that, but yeah, I don't know, I just tried to Google real quick to find out, and I'm not seeing if it's like if there's any confirmation that it's rotoscoped. Oh, so there's one source here that's saying it's not. They don't use any. It's all hand drawn. So I don't know. That's pretty interesting.
I
Anyways.
don't know.
So I know rare. Well, who knows? I mean,
It's not like
could've
rotoscope's
used-
cheating. It's not like it's cheating.
No,
For
I'm
for
not,
micro
no,
movements.
not at all.
And I feel
Right,
like
for the micro
honestly,
movements.
mostly the girl. I feel like they didn't
Yeah.
really do it for anyone else, but her movements were so very specific that it's like I feel like it had to be for like the cloth or something. I don't know what it was, but maybe it's just
Right,
how
right,
they
right.
did it. They just like so meticulously animated it that it's just too real. I can't accept it. I don't know.
Right. Well, that's the thing, yeah. And maybe they did rotoscope drawings, and then
Because you look at
it doesn't really matter. It's like
compare like earlier on, like the scenes when they're running through the tunnels and stuff like that. They're having the crazy running, and the soldiers are running super fast. Like that feels like it's like a classical anime. It's got the perfect frame rate, but it's like when sometimes in the slower scenes, it's almost like a higher frame rate, but it's because there's just more frames drawn, which make it look rotoscoped, even if it's not. But it's to add the like micro expression. So either way, I think it's a smart move because it makes like the non-action scenes when they're just like being moody on a rooftop, like interesting still to look at. You know what I mean? Because obviously, this movie's got a pretty muddy color palette, but it works. I think. I mean, chunk of it, it's like you're living in this alternate 50s or whatever. Like, but it's dour. The world is fucking dreary and dour, and everything sucks. It's like, this is not an upbeat movie. And so it fits the vibe, certainly. And so having those kind of animations, because I thought it was beautifully animated too, but like, I was like, yeah, it wasn't like quickly edited. It wasn't super flashy. Like the gunfights were like always intense and shocking. but like
Right,
compared to
but they were pretty. They were very methodical. Like there was
Very
no,
methodical.
There's nothing like
Yeah.
it wasn't like people were doing any extreme actions. Like I think that's kind of where I'm getting at. Is like
Yeah.
there's no reason this needed to be animated, but I'm happy that it was because I think the animation was beautiful.
Yeah.
And like I think that's what's funny is like if you watched all the other 3 films that we watched this month for anime, they all like really used anime as like a the animation style, and they leaned into a lot of the tropes and stuff.
yeah,
Where
'Cause
this movie like is just so grounded.
it is,
but I think
and the way
I
it's
think
edited.
beautiful, like,
compared to Perfect Blue, those two are arguably the most grounded, even though Perfect Blue is very, it's hard to call it grounded, but you know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's like that one leaned a lot into the editing, but like this one did too, but like the other side of the scale where it's like Perfect Blue had like kind of crazy edits, like it would go like tons of quick cuts and then it'd go like a long cut to like kind of disorient you by design. This one was like, there wasn't that many edits, like it was very in between, like,
Yeah.
but it helped the pace, because even though like we said the middle drags, it all feels very deliberate. You know what I mean? It's not that the middle, like, it's all the same pace, but the middle just doesn't have any of that good. You know what I mean? That the ends have.
Yeah.
The bookends anyway. So, but yeah, I don't know. I really like the animation. I really like the score too. Like, it was pretty minimal, but when it popped up in the scenes that it was there, like, I don't know, it really gave it the mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean the sound design was phenomenal in this, like, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Like,
so much that they got in
as
the tunnels and everything.
Yes. Oh, dude, the tunnels sounded great, and like just being out in the city, it's kind of
Yeah.
like I was saying, it's like it's quiet, but it's got like a little murmur.
Even like
in
the
back,
gun noises, I noticed that too. And it's like I'm not
yeah.
like a huge gun guy, but I've been around guns quite a bit in my life, and it's like I've noticed in animations and stuff, like, you don't like hear it as much unless it's making like a big crazy noise. But in this, it's like they feel very real. Like the guys are like checking the guns, touching the guns,
yeah.
and you can hear just like them handling shit. Like the Foley guys in this crushed it, because they're just like handling stuff. They're just like walking through puddles. They're just like dripping water all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah, sound design really brings it together, and it's like it's one of those things in film and animation especially that's super underrated, because in animation it's like you have to do everything.
It
It's
literally
easy
everything's built. This is
to cut
I know,
corners
right?
because it's like if you just don't think
Yeah.
about it, but it's like if you got one guy just being like, so this guy's handling a gun, so let me just handle this gun and just layer it in there perfectly, and there it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what I was saying last time when we did Perfect Blue. It's like where in Perfect Blue there was like so much spontaneity. Like it felt at times like it was like they filmed it in live action and they were like, oh hey, we got this like random bit out of it, let's animate it. But it's like it's not. It's all like very meticulous and thought of, and like as you're creating it, you have to like have the like mental spontaneity to like be like, okay, this is gonna happen, and it's kind of like it's like someone tripping or something. It's something giving that realism. They built the realism, and this movie does that really well. And like I give it props for that.
Well, this is the biggest too. It's like obviously out of all of them, this is by far the most grounded. By far, you know what I mean? It's like we've already said that, but it's the small things like the editing, like the color palette, like the sound design that make it grounded on top of the story and everything. That it's like, yeah, you could ask like why even bother animating it, but it's like I don't know, a challenge or something. It's awesome. I'm glad it is.
And
I feel like
it's got a really cool distinction. It like really does. It's 1999, but it really does feel like it looks like it could have been 2006, 2007. It has like a sophistication where like even looking at like Ghost in the Shell, which is 95, and it's like that looks so 90s anime.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know. Yeah, that's why I'm saying like rotoscoped or something, because it looks so. They look more human, I guess, if you will, which is like
it's the movements.
Yeah.
Maybe I just like not good because it's like a lot of times like the way things cut, you see it from certain angles, but it's just like they have dynamic camera movements that are like they're drawing these characters from like every fucking angle and like because it's like they're moving around in the frame very three-dimensionally, even though they're hand-drawn, which it's like, it stands out. You know what I mean? And that's why it feels rotoscoped. Who knows?
Right.
I'm going to say it is, because no one's that good.
I don't think it
You heard it
is,
here
man.
first, folks.
I think
this is the
rotoscope
official
is
record.
too
I worked on the
rotoscope's
movie.
too uncanny.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, this I had one more thing. Oh, I don't remember what it was, but I'm sure, even though you could do live actions, I'm honestly sure that this is the best version. I feel like I wouldn't like the live actions.
100%. No, watching the live actions, they
seem-
look very cheap.
Yeah, they
if
seem
you will.
cheap.
I mean,
That's why it's like you can
yeah.
draw the sets, you can draw the armor. You don't have to. You're
right.
And so it's nice because it's like they were almost limited by like how crazy they could go by the previous source material almost. So it's
Yeah,
like they
that's
kind
true.
of
Yeah,
had
that's a
to
good-
hone it in, but it's like they could do as much as they could with it that you couldn't do without a budget, you know. Because they Willem Dafoe'd the fuck out of those guys with that machine gun, especially that last bad guy that was like his handler.
I know, dude.
He was literally just like like his like
I
arms
know.
like up in the air like flopping like an inflatable tube man. Every guy that
Yeah,
got
dude.
shot is so good.
It's like every person there is like made of tissue paper. Like they were
I
just
know.
getting
And the explosions are so
riddled.
fun. I like it when there's just explosions. Like he shoots the fucking like, it's not a flare. It's like a hand.
The case of Molotovs.
Oh, that's great. But it's like at the
Oh,
end when
that's
he
great.
shoots it and just like thump, like
Oh.
bonks off his
Yeah.
helmet and just like
Yeah,
blows
like
up
it's
the
the
bridge
bridge.
behind him. Like
That's sick.
that's cool. And that's a power move because then he just fucking wastes it.
Well, and that's what I love too because it's like that's something in the anime where they make the armor almost mythical. Like they make it like just
Power armor
like
or something.
it's so right. It's like he survives the explosion. And it's like when he's getting hit with it and stuff, and he's getting shot with the bullets, like he doesn't move. It's something that like you can do that in live action, but the live action I saw of it, it kind of looks corny, and so I think that like in
It's like, yeah, it's
animation,
just
it,
like
really-
foam that's like painted.
right? Kind of right. Yeah, it's like I mean the suits look really sick, but it's like the special effects to get shot with it, and it's like and this series started in the '80s, so it like definitely.
Oh yeah. The glowing eyes of the suit design, though, it's like it's so classic, like authoritarian too. Like even like the guys have like basically look like the Nazi like outfits, like when they're outside of it.
Yeah,
but
right, totally. The helmets and everything.
there's this one shot because it's like the glowing eyes are super ominous and super cool, which I feel like would be harder to replicate. That like because it's like almost like foggy
actually,
in the air.
That's something they actually do pretty well in
Do
the
they?
live action that I
Okay.
saw. I was like, that is because it's like you can do like. I mean, darkness with those lights. I mean, it looks cool.
I know, but it's like the muddy color of the animation. Like
no, I agree.
It's
and
like
the
all a little
tracing,
foggy. Oh,
when
dude,
they do,
that's what I
like
was
when
gonna
he comes
say.
through and there's
Yeah.
the tracing, it's like that's sick.
That
You can't.
that
it's
one
hard-
shot
it's
it
hard
does
to-
it. It was gonna be the YouTube. I was gonna. It didn't look as good as
Oh, yeah.
this still, but I was like, that's so cool. I wanted it to be the YouTube clip. But yeah, that one I had to rewind it because it's just like it goes across the whole frame where it traces across. It's like I wish it was all like that because it's like it's menacing and it's like that's probably my favorite part of the movie is when you kind of get the 1-2 because I knew something was gonna happen with Zume Jin-Roh, I forget his name, but he fucking. I knew something.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna happen at the end. I didn't quite call like fully how it was gonna go, but like him putting the mask on and becoming the faceless wolf again, is good. I thought he was gonna shoot her because he had that dream of her like in that same sweater, like just getting like and then shoot up by dogs too. And it's like she still in the end does get quote unquote chewed up by the wolves. You know what I mean? Essentially. Even if she's just shot and left in a fucking dump or whatever, but
it was one of those movies like I knew she was gonna die like with his premonition. You know?
Oh sure, yeah.
It's kind of one of those like and the whole movie's so bleak that it's like I was like, is he gonna die? Like I was like, are they gonna do that?
They
Are gonna
did
go
a
that
good
far?
job, surprisingly, because it's not like I got super invested in the character. I was like, oh, he's going through some PTSD, sure, you know what I mean? He's feeling some
sure.
things, but like
Yeah.
seeing it's really hard, especially in anime where it's like. In animation in general, it's like not very expressive unless it's over the top. Like that's how it is classically with cartoons. They're always like you got to really go crazy to show these expressions and stuff. But like, it's impressive that you can tell the difference between him staring off into space, smoldering about fucking, you think it's his PTSD, but he's playing.
Right.
And then the face, like honestly, the face he has when it's just so cold and, and he cinches the mask up on himself, right? When he puts it on, like that's such a distinct, like if you put them frame by frame, they probably look identical, but like the way that is in motion and the way they animated it is so subtle that it's just like, I felt that coldness, that transformation, and seeing such a subtle transformation on an anime character's face is impressive, honestly.
I think that's like,
it's a testament not just to the animation, but like
what
the
he's known
direction
for, too.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway,
And like consistency. This movie really is like, it is, it's a phenomenal film. Like in the sense of that, like all of the moving pieces and everything, like all of that we've said is fantastic. But I'm gonna give you a little money minute. We're here. We've made it to the end here.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
It's kind of tricky wiki to find a money minute. I got a fun fact for you though. It's kind of cool. It's like this was not fun fact. I guess
this movie was definitely rotoscoped. Oh fuck! Like
no, yeah. Oh, 100% rotoscope. The whole thing. It was shot live action, and he just cheated and copied
traced the whole thing.
But traced everything. But no, it was gonna be nominated in the Oscars, but then it already went to video in Japan.
So it was like disqualified or something, huh?
Disqualified, yeah, dude.
That's too bad. That'd be cool.
So dumb. And that's like totally changed now because like video on demand and stuff. But anyways, I couldn't find a solid money minute on this thing, unfortunately. But I looked at Ghost in the Shell, and that was another thing he directed, and it is in that movie cost $3 million. So I bet this movie costs anywhere from $3 to $5 million.
Yeah,
because this is a little bit after, and typically, movies you do afterwards that gain popularity, you get a little extra money. So probably anywhere from $3 to $5 million. And then Ghost in the Shell grossed $10 million. So this probably grossed less, honestly.
Probably.
I don't know.
These kind of movies, though,
it's kind of one of those
they
things.
are video darlings. Like these.
Yes.
Late 90s animes fucking live and die on VHS, man, and DVD, right? And
Right. But I guarantee you this did great on home video because it's like,
oh, for sure.
Big director and
that's cool. I mean, honestly, I'm like
movie,
so many things. I'm interested in the rest of the world. I would check out something else in this universe just to kind of see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think alternate
Right.
histories are neat.
I think I was reading something and it said that like they were making, who was it? It was
Spielberg.
Let me see real quick. It was a cool director that was like working on something. Oh, the guy, yeah. Kim Jong-un? The guy who did
North Korean fucking
I saw The Devil, dude. He was working on one of these. Jin-Roh.
They said Kim Jong-un, the
Jin-Roh.
fucking president of North Korea.
No. Is it Kim Ji-woon?
Sure.
I don't know. That's what it says. But he's working on one that was called Secret Agent. Like 2 years ago, but
that's fun. I saw The Devil wasn't bad. I want to watch it again, kind of honestly. Anyway.
There might be more coming out.
Yeah, worth poking your eye at. It's kind of fun.
Sure,
I think
poke your
honestly,
eye, buddy.
Honestly, I think this is kind of relevant. I mean, obviously, we go into cycles of the rising and falling of authoritarian ideas and the popularity of fascism, and we're riding that wave up again, unfortunately, as a society. So seeing, because like in this movie, no one wins and no one's happy, and this is kind of just everyone's a cog in the machine of it, and some for better and some worse. And it's like literally the guy is just like chain smoking, and at the end he's like, okay, he was able to lose a little bit of his humanity. So I guess we're good, Yeah,
right. It's kind of. I mean, I do like how they like talk about that, where they're kind of like, to what ends? What's the point? But then it's like, then they're like, I don't know, we're wolves. Wolves just keep on marching. Yeah. Classic wolf behavior.
Yeah,
marching along.
That's what they're known for, is they're marching.
Marching. Yeah.
Anyway, so I got a couple Reddits if you're ready.
Alrighty.
So Clones of People 2 says, first watch, I knew nothing about this, so it was a blind watch. I enjoyed it overall, but I do have some nitpicks. I found the slow build was paced very well, and I was absorbed. However, I did feel my attention go when it introduced the conspiracy aspect and the involvement of the other groups / setup. But it brought it back in the ending, which was haunting and brutal. I liked the score a lot. It soaked the film in a brooding atmosphere and added a lot thematically. Given the military themes, it could have went with a heavy and high-octane score, but the somber vibe made it feel tragic. 100%. Yeah, the score,
totally.
I wish I had more to say about it, but like it was good. It stood out.
It worked.
And if it stands out, that's always a testament. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes on to say the animation felt a bit dated. I think it was just the style and the dull color palette, but it didn't do it for me visually like the others did this month. Overall, I liked it a lot, and it subverted the expectations I had of where the film was going. 7 out of 10.
Cool.
Thanks.
Was that Clones?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Is my wife being a...
Awesome.
I'm going to go kick her in the face.
You
I'm
guys
gonna
follow us on YouTube.
Yeah, thanks.
Follow us on Reddit.
Yeah, thanks, man, for
Come
that.
to Patreon.
I agree
Give
with
us
all that.
some monies.
I got one more Reddit.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry to
Calm
steamroll
the
you
fuck
there.
down. I got distracted.
I'm just trying to mow you down with my M42 or whatever that is.
I don't even know. Competitive Bat 5831, who's also been commenting pretty consistently. I appreciate you, man. He says, I agree with what Clones of People 2 said about the animation feeling dated, but I think it added to the character of the movie. The twist should have seemed pretty obvious from the get-go, and honestly wasn't that jarring. In what feels usual, the government stormtroopers looked amazing, and I appreciate how much Fuse's humanity left him once he donned his armor and returned at the end with his helmet was off. I appreciate the end where the conflict within Fuse reaches its peak to become a human, sheep in parentheses, and remain a machine, wolf in parentheses. And I want to believe that he would choose humanity, but this isn't that kind of movie. I also appreciate the ending with the sniper so that we get to know all along it was never really his choice what happened to Kay. Apparently this is the third movie in the series, but the only fully animated one. Might be worth checking out the other two if an appropriate month shows up. Yeah, thanks, man, for that. And that does sound like he got it too. Or it's like, yeah, it's never. They gave him the choice just so he could crush down any bit of humanity, but it wouldn't have mattered.
I mean, yeah. Is that what he's saying?
No, he said what I said. I'm gonna fool.
I just heard sniper. Oh my God.
No, he said the sniper was there because if he didn't kill her, it's
letting
you know,
okay,
even if he chose not to kill her, she wouldn't have been saved.
She wouldn't have been saved. Well, exactly.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, that's the whole thing. I knew it doesn't matter.
All that matters is that Daddy would be disappointed that you had feelings. You're not supposed to care about other people. That's the whole point of authoritarianism. It's like,
you
fuck
just care about your wolves,
fuck
dude.
others. I got mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got my wolves.
Yeah. Anyway, so thanks, guys, for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Fuck anime. I'm never watching an anime again.
What, dude?
We're done. It's behind me. It's behind me.
Well, actually, anime is dead to me, and I want to watch some.
Gore, I'm just kidding. Anime. I'm glad we did an anime month, and I like them. I want to watch even more. I feel like there was a lot we missed, so that's something maybe one day when we start.
You don't even know. You've only seen 4 movies.
I have seen more than that, but I should try some shows. Tell me out there if you're an anime dude out there. I mean, I know you probably mentioned some. If fucking Pablo ever listens to this, you could tell me.
I know, yeah. Pablo.
What is the anime series? What's one of the anime series that's like got the bar for animation that I should watch? That's not. Like Cowboy Bebop or something. It's
26
like
episodes.
Yeah. Something that's not like there's like 1,000 spinoffs or something. It's like I've already seen Cowboy Bebop. I've seen Samurai Champloo. You know what I mean? The good ones. But anyway, moving on. I'm not going to think about anime again until I change the Reddit banner again. I'm going to do.
I like the Reddit banner. But
I got sick of looking at it because I did for it was
Westerns,
the Western
right?
one because I was going to change it for every
2
month,
years ago
and then I just was like never did, and then I was like this month I was like I'm sick of looking at that, so I changed it. And I'll probably leave it that for a while. But anyway,
for a while, yeah, it works for horror though. It's a good banner.
So we're doing obviously.
If you want to see that banner,
go to the Reddit.
Go to our Reddit.
Yeah.
r/cult of cinema knowledge.
This week,
Ugh.
the now's your chance to hurry and make any last minute suggestions to horror movies that you want to see, because in a couple days I'll be putting up the 31 lists of horror movies that we got coming up for October. We're gonna fucking do one movie a day, like always. We're gonna, not sure the exact podcast layout, but we're probably still gonna vote for one a week. So just keep your eye on there. Fucking Octobers are crazy. We're gonna have a ton of movies to talk about, and I'm excited to get saturated and to do a lot of homework at the same time.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, I'm like this year. I have more free time to watch an old horror. So
Nice. So
excited.
yeah, keep your eye out for that. It's gonna be pumping out soon. So check it out, and check out the Reddit, YouTubes. If you're on there, hello, thank you, Patreon. You know, all that stuff. The few that are on there, we love you, and I kiss you on the mouth if you come see me.
Yeah, kiss you right on your dog mouth.
Unless
dude.
you're my relative.
I got,
which I actually don't know if any of my relatives are on Patreon anymore. I don't think they are. So
kiss them even harder. I'm gonna, on that note, I'm gonna go kiss my dog because I gotta go get her outside. I don't know. She's squeaking like hell.
She's fucking peeping and squeaking or whatever. So
she's so nervous for all the spooky movies we're gonna watch.
I know. I'm scared. I'm gonna make my daughter cry. That's my goal. Is because she thinks she's brave. We went to Spirit Halloween and she's setting off the animatronics. She thinks she's hardcore. She's like, I can watch any horror movie. So
show her, bring her back, dude, and be like, this is gonna happen to you.
Bring her back. You'll see. It's more sad than anything.
I know. That's what I heard. Yeah,
it's kind of tragic.
And child abuse.
Yeah. Anyway, so check that out. We'll see you soon. And if you made it this far, we love you. Thanks for listening. And yeah, Jin-Roh, it's cool. Check it out.
Yeah.
All right, bye.